name's Ruiz. I'm with the Pampered Chef. I've been doing this for 10 years already. I'm going to show you some summertime items that are going to make your summertime entertaining super fun, fabulous, and taking your party outdoors. The first thing I'm going to start off with is the cool and serve tray. We have what I like to call the transformer item of the Pampered Chef. So you have a lid, because here in the South you have flies everywhere. Or like we like to say, the Arkansas state bird is the mosquito. And you have all your inserts. You can do your deviled egg tray, you can do your vegetable tray, wraps, finger foods, all kinds of stuff, which we'll get to. But if you have to have a place to set the lid, just put it underneath the tray itself. I love that feature because you don't have to have it propping up against something or taking up more table space for your entertaining needs. On top of that, you have your little inserts. So like I said, the transformer item, you can take one insert out and you can leave one insert in. You can do a vegetable tray on this side and you can do some nice little rolled sandwich tortilla wraps. Put those on there. The nice thing about that is that these stay cold outdoors for 4 to 6 hours outside. Number one sickness in the summertime is food poisoning because of the salmonella. Lots of people are bringing dips that are dairy based for fruit or vegetables. Instead, it's going to keep it nice and cold because when your tray is sitting on there, that 1 cup capacity right here will actually, let me put it in right, sorry. It'll sit there and it sits right on. Then if you take it apart, you can have 2 sides nice and cold and frozen, and you can do whatever it is that you like to do. Whether it's a nice mozzarella salad, or you can do a nice, shallow salad. Just use your imagination, but definitely nice cold cuts will stay nice and cold, hence the word cold cuts. On top of that, you can take it out. You can flip them over and have deviled egg tray. My son, who will be 15 soon, loves deviled eggs. He will eat an entire tray all to himself. But what teenage boy doesn't do that? So, I'm going to teach you a couple things about deviled eggs because this is really important when you're entertaining in the summertime. These are just little quick kitchen tips. When you're going to go do deviled eggs a day before, you take your egg carton and you flip it upside down. Just make sure you tell everyone in the household that the egg carton should not be moved because it is upside down. So you move it, all the eggs will fall out and you'll have scrambled eggs in your refrigerator. So what happens is when you take your eggs and you flip them upside down, the yolks actually travel back to the middle. So oftentimes when we boil our eggs and we cut them open, you'll have a yolk all the way at one side of the white, and when you scoop it out, that membrane tends to collapse. But when you flip them over a day before, it travels that yolk back to the middle. You cut it open, that yolk is exactly in the middle, and you have a beautiful deviled egg. And another tip on how to get a nice deviled egg is adding baking soda to the water. Most people like to add salt. Instead, add baking soda. When you have your eggs in your pan, only cover it by 1 inch. Boil it hard for about 20 minutes. Your baking soda in there will fuzz up, but then it'll go away and dissipate. Other than that, when you take it, you can cool it to the side or you can give it an ice bath. I prefer an ice bath because when I want my deviled eggs, I want them now. So you have your sink full of ice or a nice bowl full of ice. You dump your hot water out and then you throw your eggs into the ice bath. It cools, the membrane separates from the shell, and you're ready to peel. It's most likely not going to stick to the shell and your eggs will come out nice and clean. So that is a little tip about your deviled eggs. Something else that a lot of people like to do is have different fillings in your deviled eggs. I like to say always add cream cheese to your mayonnaise and your yolk. When you add cream cheese, it gives it a nice flavor, nice consistency. You can add nice dill mix in there, which we carry in our pantry section, or you can add any other flavor. But it kind of takes it away from the normal mustard and mayo, mix with the yolk. So cream cheese, mayonnaise, nice little flavoring, of course with the yolks, and you're ready to rock and roll. So that's the deviled egg tray. On top of that, you can set that aside. And if you have little ones or maybe you're entertaining, going to a picnic and you want to bring some baked goods, you can go ahead and fill it with cupcakes. Oftentimes when we entertain and we bring cupcakes, you tint foil over it, and when you go to transport them and you take the foil off, you're kind of hoping and wishing that the frosting will not come off with the foil. Okay? Instead, it is deep enough to fit 16 nice frosted cupcakes. I always like to say save money. So if you frost your own cupcakes, take a can of frosting and put it into a bowl with a hand mixer or a KitchenAid mixer. Mix it on medium-high for 2 minutes. It will double in size. And then you can take it, put it in a piping bag, or use our easy accent decorator, which makes you look professional. You put it in there, and you zip it all up, and you have nice professional cupcakes with a beautiful top on them. Or if you want to go the easy route, just go to your local grocery store, get them from the bakery, and put them in there, and just say, look what I brought. You don't have to tell them that you didn't make it yourself. But at least it's covered, and you don't have to tent, and none of the frosting will get stuck to the lid because it's nice and deep. That's a couple things that it can do. Other than that, just summertime safety is really big. So in entertaining with fruits and vegetables, super fun and super healthy. Something I like to do, because I do have 2 teenagers, a 3-year-old and one on the way, is I like to keep fruits and vegetables nice and cold and accessible. So what I've been doing in the summertime is always throwing these in the freezer. If it's not in use, these are automatically going in the freezer because it's full of that nice non-toxic gelatin. Throw that in there. And then make my own vegetable tray. Okay? So when I make my own vegetable tray, you can set it out when they get home from school or get home from practice or sports or whatever it is that they're involved in, and they can nibble on something healthy and fresh. And I always like to say fresh because anything in a pre-made tray with a film, normally when you take open that plastic film, it smells strange. That's normally the gas from the broccoli. Okay, not from your children, but it's from the broccoli from when you remove the film. So take that off, don't even worry about that. Go get a head of broccoli, go get some celery, go get some carrots, cut it up yourself, and you will be paying less than you would for an entire tray that's normally $9.99. Do it yourself and you'll end up gaining 5 to 10 times as much for half the price. So quantity and being frugal with your money is the way to go. But if they see it and it's accessible, they're more likely going to eat it. Same as doing a fruit tray. Save yourself the money, do a little labor, and you'll reap the benefits. That's our quick serve tray. Speaking of fruits and vegetables, it's our lovely salad spinner. You have a salad spinner that has all kinds of different parts to it. And something that I love to use with the salad spinner, I use it all year long. I'm going to give you a few tips. One, your strawberries, hence why it's called the salad and berry spinner. You can use either or, the small bowl or the big bowl. My family's quite large, so everything goes in the big bowl. Put your lid on. We have a nice patent with the lid and the spinner itself. It's not one that goes like this, so if you have carpal tunnel or arthritis or you're just, weaker in your hands, definitely you can pump it. I personally like to say it's like the Suzanne Sommer Fun and Thigh Master. Instead of for your thighs, it's for your upper portion. So make sure you switch and you get a natural lift at home. Okay? Alright. Now when you're actually pumping the salad and berry spinner, when you're getting it going, it will spin up to 60 miles an hour, okay? With it spinning that fast, what you're doing is you're taking all the water after you rinse it, put it in here, and it whips it away from the food. Nice little tips. Your strawberries are porous, so sometimes if you keep them moist and you bring them home from the grocery store and you put them in the refrigerator, they're going from one temperature to another, so they're sweating. So you gotta think, because it's a pore, think about your face. If your facial pores get clogged and it breaks out, same thing is happening to certain fruits and certain vegetables, especially raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. Tends to grow penicillin in the refrigerator because they grow together. It's that moisture that has nowhere to go. So when you're taking your strawberries, you rinse them, you spin them, and you're ready to rock and roll. You have nice strawberries. I can show you how to actually store them in a little bit with our stainless steel bowls, but those, when stored in stainless steel bowls, will actually last 2.5 to 3 weeks, not 2.5 to 3 days. Nice, fresh, plump, red strawberries. Other than that, you can go with your salad, hence why it's salad and berry spinner. When you're doing your salad, you got to remember that your lettuce is naturally around 94% in water, and it's a root vegetable. You pull it up from the ground, the water source has nowhere to go. Most people will buy a bag of salad pre-made, $2.50, 2 for $5, maybe on sale $1.99. One head of lettuce can be down on sale for around 49 cents, but the average head of lettuce is 99 cents. One head of lettuce will give you up to 3 bags of pre-made salad after you have chopped it up. One head of lettuce, 3 bags. One bag of lettuce, $2.50. One head of lettuce, 99 cents. You choose. Which one do you want? Go with the one that's going to save you money in the long run. Most of the time when we take our pre-made salad and you open the bag and you grab some out, which we're all known for grabbing some out and throwing some dressing on it, you eat it, you put it away, and you put it in your crisper. 2-3 days later, you go to check on it. What's wrong with your lettuce? It's brown, it's mush, it's leaking out of the bag. It's because the water was trapped inside the veins of the salad, that lettuce. It has nowhere to go. Remember, it's a root vegetable. So it travels through the veins when it's in the ground, and it travels back to the ground. But when you spin it, because it spins so fast, it takes all that water, takes it out of the veins, dries it from the inside out, and keeps it nice and fresh for around 2 weeks. So just a great way to practice eating healthy and saving money. So go there with your lettuce, rinse it, spin it, it dries, and it will last. Some other things that I like to do is grapes. I know this is like this huge reverse action on the actual salad berry spinner, but what I do is I take all the grapes and I take them right off of the stems. I fill the bowl with water and then insert the grapes in here. And then I spin it really fast, and it spins like a washing machine. And it throws all those little nubs and everything else that gets stuck on the grapes after you're plucking them from the stem, and throws it off. When you stop it, brings it all to the bottom. So it's like a washing machine for your grapes. Something fun, something easy. Something else that you can do is if you ever have a recipe that says canned beans, rinse and drain, rinse it instead of letting it sit in the sink and drain. You can throw your canned beans after you've rinsed it, put it in here, and zip it, pump it up and down, and it throws all the water off. Now you have, spun, dried, rinsed beans. So it's not just for berries, it's not just for salad, all kinds of other fruits and vegetables, anything that you want to last. Something that's really interesting though, going back to the strawberries, is if you ever want to get some that may be marked down and on sale, grab them, bring them home, rinse them, spin them, make sure they're dry. You can put them in a Ziploc freezer bag, and when you take them out to put them into smoothies, they do not ice together. So you can actually scoop them out, pick them a few at a time, throw it in your blender, and you have a nice fresh smoothie. So other than that, we can even go into the manual food processor, which will be another YouTube video. Now, if you're going to entertain with the salad and berry spinner, yes, I said entertain, not just use it for work. You can take the bowls out. The nice cooling insert will work just like the cool and serve tray. You throw it in your freezer, keep it nice and cold. You put it on the bottom. You can put all your fruit and vegetables that you just spun, rinsed, put the cooling insert, put it in here, and take it to a nice picnic. Okay, so there's that. And now you have a versatile bowl, which is really nice because in the month of June, these 2 items are a new consultant giveaway. They are giving these to brand new consultants who start their business in June. All right, but to store it, of course, everything goes back in, and the lid goes back on. Push the black brake, If you ever are spinning lettuce and you take off the lid, you will have lettuce falling into your mouth from the ceiling because it will spin it right out. And there you go. It locks down and it fits right in your cabinet. All right. Going back to another summertime item, we have the nice collapsible bowls. You have lids with the collapsible bowls. If it is a bowl, if you haven't noticed, most of them all have lids. So we want to keep all the other things out of the bowl besides the food. These are nice because you can bring them with you. You can bring them camping, to picnics, to potlucks. I say April 1st, if you ever, want to really mess with somebody on April Fool's Day, you can throw a whole bunch of food in here, especially salsa, and you can try to have them put the lid on. When they put the lid on, guess what happens? It collapses. It's kind of funny because it's happened to a friend of mine. Anyway, other than that, not only is it a bowl, but again, they're nice to carry with you as you're, like I said, camping, picnicking, going places, traveling. But it's a nice serving tray as well. Who would have thought that a bowl can be used as a serving tray? So what I always say is you can take a cheese bowl, okay? You can put it right here, and you can put crackers around it, or you can get some fruit dip, put it in the middle, and put some fruit around it, or a vegetable dip and put some vegetables around it, and there you go. You have a serving tray, which also is a bowl. But again, remember, it's a bowl. They come in 3 different sizes. This is a medium size, the 4-quart. We have the 2-quart, and we also have an 8-quart. So it depends on what size that you want. Right now, as a host special in June, they are giving them away as a set for 60% off. So get with a consultant, call me, and we'll hook you up. Okay. Other than that, you have a trifle bowl. Some other entertaining items. And the last one that we'll talk about is our trifle bowl. Right there. The picture says it all, I like to say. So with the trifle bowl, it's not just for your fruits, vegetables,
Stand it
trifles.
up, the sun, the light. Yeah, there
Like
you
this?
go. Yeah.
Okay. The berry lime mousse dessert is to die for. That actually is a great recipe in there. But of course, I never heard of a trifle recipe or a banana cream, pudding, stuff like that until I moved to Arkansas, which are really popular here in the South. But on top of that, I've learned so many different versatile things to use it for. One, you can always just leave it on your countertop full of fruit. Again, going back to the fruit and vegetables, if it's in sight, it's in mind, and you're ready to eat it, you're more likely to have a healthier lifestyle. Other than that, you also have an idea for a shrimp cocktail. So this is how it all works. Another transformer item with Pampered Chef. You need a place to store it, something you filled it in with, and you got to keep it cold. Most trifle bowls are all together. Instead, ours comes off the pedestal. And then it has a lid, so you can put it into your refrigerator and keep something nice and cold. If you want to store it in a cabinet, that fits inside. You put the lid back on, and now it's there for storage. Or you can put a bowl in here with some cocktail sauce, ice in the bowl, and you can hang down some jumbo shrimp. And you have a nice little centerpiece for entertaining. Let's see. Some other things that you can do. Some people during the holidays will fill it full of ornaments and put it as a centerpiece on their dining room table. And it's full of ornaments, making the festivities nice and fun. Or I have seen where you can put a mini rosemary tree in there with decorations around it. So whatever is fun and friendly for you, you can go there with it. I personally love salads, and it's really awesome if you have a layered salad in there. Not just a layered dessert, but you guys, a layered salad. You can have a 7-layer salad, or if you're entertaining and you're having a big gathering, even a big layered dip would just showcase so beautifully right in there. Something that makes that also unique, not only does it come off the pedestal, but it doesn't have a dip in the bottom. So other trifle bowls may dip down in the bottom, making the food kind of go and collapse. Ours has a complete flat bottom. So everything stays layered evenly when you put it in there. So those are some summertime items I like to showcase, especially to do my barbecue parties or indoor-outdoor barbecue pizza parties while having some nice fruits and vegetables on the side. If you have any questions about anything, please look up pamperchef.biz/chef Nikki. That's CHEFNIKKI, and I will get back with you, or email me at pcraiders@yahoo.com.